An unusual crime lands a Somerset man and woman in jail accused of trying to steal rent payments through a rental drop box.
Gives us a little bit of a peace of mind.
Police officers face dangers on the job. How a woman is making sure Danville's four-legged police officers are protected at work.
The tale of two holidays. Airport security lines are moving faster these days since the beginning of summer. We'll take a look at what's speeding up the process.
This is WKYT News at 5:30.
Good evening to you. Their quest for cash didn't get them very far except to a jail cell. A Pulaski County couple faces charges tonight after police say they caught them trying to steal rent payments out of a drop box.
A tenant walking by stopped the couple. The apartment manager says even though the thieves were caught this time, this crime could be part of a bigger problem in the area. Phil Pendleton has our top story at 5:30.
It must have been somewhat of an unusual sight for the man going by Cundiff Real Estate Monday night, seeing a woman lying on the sidewalk.
He said, "Honey, are you through resting?" And she had decided that she would stretch out on the concrete like she was taking a nap. Something I really don't understand it.
That man called police, and they say 19-year-old Kevin Jones and 20-year-old Helen Uffman were basically caught red-handed. And when police showed up, they say that they found a woman laying here on the concrete with her hand in this drop box trying to get payments that were inside. The manager says she found 3 or 4 sticks inside, all evidence, she says, of their failed attempts to get hundreds of dollars in cash in the envelopes.
I don't think they could have gotten it, even if they could have taken the stick and they could have scooted it over. The way the drop box is made, I don't think they could get it out.
Police say they caught Jones and Uffman after a short foot chase. The manager questions if a larger problem is behind thefts like this.
But I think there needs to be some kind of punishment for some of these things that are taking place. So often they slap them on the wrist and they turn them out on the street again.
Both remain in jail for now. Police say Uffman was picked up on an outstanding warrant. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
And the pair was charged with criminal attempt to commit burglary, possession of burglary tools, and violating a city ordinance against prowling. And new tonight, state police have arrested a man accused of murdering a pastor and his wife. The Butler County grand jury indicted 34-year-old Kevin Dye today. Troopers say the Dye shot and killed 71-year-old Kenneth Neefus and his wife, 7-year-old Dorothy Neefus, in their home last month. Dye was already in the Butler County Jail on probation violations. Troopers have not released a motive in the case yet.
We are in for some changes. The steam moving out and the showers moving in.
Finally, the chance for storms, though, will go up as those temperatures drop. Let's check in with our chief meteorologist, Chris Bailey. Chris?
Yeah, we only have the option now of temperatures going down and storm chances going up. We've been on the hot side of the thermometer and we've been dry over the past few days. And obviously it is September, so the drier weather is more common this time of year as opposed to the upper 80s and low 90s that we've had now for the past couple of days, though it's happened many times in the past into September. We've had 90 plus all the way into October before. We're looking at our live sky cams from across the land. And again, kind of a steamy atmosphere out there. High pressure on top of the region. Heat and an increase in humidity coming in from the west across most of the Ohio Valley into parts of the deep south. They'll look at thunderstorms. Illinois, Missouri, cold front to our west. That front, by the way, is going to arrive in here for the weekend. Between now and then, those storms that you see cruising across parts of the land of Lincoln and Illinois will be on top of the Bluegrass State as we go into later tomorrow night and certainly for the day on Friday. Nothing that is out there right now. If you're out this evening, 85 steamy degrees still at 7 o'clock, upper 70s by 9, low 70s rolling into town by 11 as we still hang on the mild side of the thermometer. Coming up in a few minutes, I'll show you why highs before the weekend are over may be close to the late evening temperatures that we're seeing out there right now.
4 people face a long list of drug charges after a traffic stop in Danville. Our county-by-county coverage at 5:30 begins in Boyle County. Deputies say they were doing a drug investigation at the Super 8 motel when officers stopped a vehicle leaving the motel. Deputies arrested the 2 people in the car, Jerry Saunders and Mary Caruso. They say they found drugs and syringes in the car. Deputies also arrested Ernest Slavin and Leah Kendrick inside a room at the motel.
They do a good job of picking and choosing, I guess, the profile of someone going in and purchasing narcotics as far as their behaviors, how long they stay, short stay traffic. It's just not normal behavior for somebody passing through and staying in a motel.
The sheriff's office says since September 2nd, they've made 9 drug-related arrests. And in Barron County, police are looking for a woman they say walked away from work detail Tuesday. The jailer there says Amber Franks was last seen near the Glasgow Square around 7:15 yesterday morning. Investigators believe she was working at the Barron County Government Center, walked out a side door and down an alley to a car that was waiting for her. Franks is believed to be with Jeffrey Mitchell. Police believe the two may be heading to Olive Hill.
After dozens of complaints, Kentucky's Attorney General's office is suing a Lexington home remodeling company. Today, Attorney General Andy Beshear announced his office is seeking civil fines and restitution against sunrooms and more. The lawsuit claims that on several occasions the company did not have building permits, did not fix defective work, and misrepresented their products. The AG says that so far they have more than 70 complaints.
We expect after today that we will receive more, and we do encourage everyone who believes that they've been wronged by sunrooms and more, regardless of their location, to contact us, to fill out one of those complaint forms so that we can make sure to advocate for your restitution before the courts.
The Attorney General is asking a judge to order the company to repay customers. Concerned customers can contact the Better Business Bureau or the Attorney General's Office of Consumer Protection.
Police officers run into dangerous situations all the time while on the job, but it's not just the two-legged officers that need to be prepared. Today, three Central Kentucky K-9 officers received a special gift to keep them safe. Victor Puente has the story new at 5:30.
Boyle County Sheriff Derek Robbins and Deputy Chris Stratton are planning something new in the office. They're trying to outfit 2 other officers with bulletproof vests. Actually, K-9 officers, Janko and Nikki.
I'm going to try to slip it on him here, and we'll go out and do a few exercises.
Sheriff Robbins says this added protection will go a long way for this 9-year-old Belgian Malinois.
Gives us a little bit of a peace of mind that once they reach the suspect, if the suspect chose to assault the dog, that they are a little bit more protected.
Livin'.
5-year-old Nikki will get the other vest. This is the first time she's had it on. A woman by the name of Diane Masden from Lincoln County donated $3,000 to the sheriff's office for the vests and other K-9 needs. Sheriff Robbins says this vest would have come in handy years ago when Janko sniffed out a robber deep in the woods.
He had a pistol in his hand, and he pointed it at the dog. I think he was maybe looking for me. I don't know. For whatever reason, he chose to take his own life.
Whether it's tracking down a thief in the woods or drugs hidden in a pole, these 4-legged friends know when it's time to work. But their 2-legged co-workers say it's always good to know Janko and Nikki are now well protected, thanks to Diane Masden.
And I would love for her to come down and meet the dogs, see what she's actually purchased. Obviously, she's an animal lover, so if she watches this, come down and see me. We'll hang out with the dogs, and I just want to thank you in person.
That's a good girl. In Danville, Victor Puente, WKYT.
And those are some very important gifts there. We've also learned that Diane Masden has donated another K-9 bulletproof vest to the Danville Police Department.
Making it to your flight is getting faster. The government says wait times at security lanes improved over the summer despite more people traveling. It's mostly smooth sailing at airport checkpoints these days. A far cry from what was happening just a few months ago.
Skies are not friendly anymore.
In May, it looked like it was going to be a long summer. People were waiting in line for hours at some of the nation's busiest airports, causing thousands to miss their flights. The TSA blamed an increase in airline travel and a shortage of security officers.
It's terrible. Look at this long line. I've never had to do this before.
The agency responded by hiring 1,300 new officers and converting another 1,800 part-time workers to full-time. The Department of Homeland Security says it worked.
We reduced wait times this summer without compromising security.
This summer, 92% of travelers spent an average of just 15 minutes waiting to get through security.
Thank you.
Part of the reason, more people signed up for the faster pre-check lanes.
Total membership in TSA pre-check is now 3.5 million today, compared to about 1.6 million a year ago.
The TSA is looking for other improvements, like installing more automated lanes. This one in Atlanta allows multiple passengers to collect carry-on items at the same time.
We hope to see as many as 60 by the end of this calendar year and possibly as many as 100 by this time next year.
This could be good news for travelers as the number of people taking flight continues to increase. And the government says people who use the TSA pre-check lanes have an average wait time of 5 minutes or less.
Do you need a job? An Eastern Kentucky company needs you then. Still ahead on WKYT, what positions CTA Acoustics are trying to fill.
I'm Bill Bryant. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton talk about America's military tonight. And some architects like one option for Lexington's next city hall. The bottom line is on the way.
Kentucky's top Republicans will speak in Lexington later this week.
And the city of Lexington may have another option for their new city hall location. Bill Bryant has the details in the bottom line.
Good evening. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton will speak at the same place, but not at the same time this evening, and they'll be talking about military readiness on board a warship, the USS Liberty. It comes as the Trump campaign announced it is ending its practice of barring some news organizations from covering his events. Trump had banned reporters from the Washington Post, Politico, BuzzFeed, the Daily Beast, the Huffington Post, Univision, and some others from covering his rallies or news conferences. Meanwhile, Clinton's camp announced the endorsement of Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz, who also backed Barack Obama in 2008 and 2012. And the Dallas Morning News is supporting Clinton. It's the first time that paper has endorsed a Democrat for president in 75 years. Kentucky's top Republicans will be speaking at the annual Lincoln Day dinner being held in Lexington this weekend. Governor Matt Bevin and U.S. Senators Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul will be at the microphone for that event. Also speaking will be two former security officers who were at the U.S. Embassy in Benghazi, Libya, when former Ambassador Chris Stevens and 3 other Americans were killed in September of 2011. Republicans have used the attack to criticize Clinton, but a Republican-led investigation in Congress found no proof of wrongdoing by the then Secretary of State. As Lexington looks for a potential new City Hall location, another option is getting some attention. The Lexington Herald-Leader building at Main and Midland is favored by some architects who like the size of the building and the amount of surface parking that could be available. A commentary in today's paper talked about the option. The Herald-Leader is looking for other downtown office space after transferring its printing operations to Louisville. Labor Secretary Derek Ramsey laid out the Kentucky-trained, Kentucky-built apprenticeship campaign today that was in Shelbyville. It's designed to help train the state's workforce. Bill Bryant, WKYT.
An Eastern Kentucky company is hitting the road looking for workers.
CTA Acoustics is stopping by several counties this week, and next up is Clay County tomorrow. They hope to hire as many as 80 new employees in their production department. CTA is aiming to give laid-off coal miners and people in surrounding counties job opportunities.
Since I've started with the facility, we've really increased the number of people that it takes to get production done. One of our main companies has really upped their production, so it's really given us a lot of new business.
The company will travel to Manchester tomorrow and Williamsburg next week.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
We continue to deal with a little steam across the Bluegrass State. Summer working overtime right now, and it's going to carry on for at least another day or so before some changes blow on into town. We look outside to show you what we are dealing with across the Bluegrass State right now, and things are looking much better in terms of the sky. Not a whole lot of cloud cover out there, some sunshine, maybe a little fair weather cumulus cloud billowing up, but nothing that continues to cause us any problems. Current temperatures upper 80s to low 90s across the entire area. Throw a little humidity into the mix and it feels a degree or two hotter. But overall, we can't really blame today on the humidity because there isn't a whole heck of a lot that's out there. September is usually a fairly dry month, and it's starting out that way, at least right now. High pressure across the southern parts of the Appalachian Mountains, keeping a cold front at bay, though that front's going to try to make a little headway in here as we get into the weekend. Tomorrow, 3-day threat track, a late-day shower, thunderstorm, a possibility, a better shot on Friday, and then again late Saturday. No one day is going to be a washout, just the chances will be a little greater Friday afternoon, then again Saturday afternoon. That's when this cold front that is now into the high plains slowly gets on into town. And on your rain chance forecast over the next week, you notice we have Friday and Saturday into the likely category, and that's because the coverage will be greater than what we're going to be seeing tomorrow. Then a quick little drop Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, maybe some scattered stuff Wednesday ahead of another front. Not talking about a lot of juice coming in here this week. Some areas a half to an inch a possibility into the northern parts of the area. Farther south and southwest that we go, maybe talking about lower amounts. That's an area that actually could use a drink or two. We go of water, that is. We go through the rest of the overnight, and we're going to be dealing with some temperatures that will be hard pressed to get below 70. Look at the Sunday forecast, though. Temperatures that will be in the 70s for highs. So where we are for lows over the next couple of nights may be similar to what we see for highs come Sunday afternoon. And by Monday, 50s will be showing up with a few upper 40s, a possibility for the first time in a little while. We look at your 7-day forecast. That front does arrive on Saturday at 86 degrees. How about 75 on Friday, 79 Monday, with lows that can reach the upper 40s to around 50 by that time. Quick look at live drive traffic, and across Lexington, a lot of green continues to show up. It's been a fairly quiet afternoon so far. That's exactly how we like it.
We know you were talking about drinking water.
Had
no doubt whatsoever.
And if you're going to be out at a time like this, yeah, you definitely want to drink a little water, right?
A little bit of clarification there.
Thank you.
Brian's up next. EKU with its home opener tomorrow against an in-state team.
Yeah, the Colonels will take on the University of Pikeville. And former Colonel star Al Holland is the coach of the Bears. And a couple of streaks are on the line. Notice I said a couple when the Cats play the Gators. Sports is next. When the Cats travel to the Swamp on Saturday, one of a couple of dubious streaks will go by the wayside. Every UK fan knows the Gators have won 29 straight against the Wildcats. That's the longest streak of its kind in college football and the longest ever in SEC play. But the Wildcats also have won their second game of the season 17 straight years. That streak looks to be in jeopardy. Florida opens as a 17-point favorite. The Cats have played the Gators tough the last 2 years, though.
Just give you the confidence, you know, just looking back at it the last time you went there, and then you just kind of look at the things that you did and really just kind of go back to those things and just look at that film, whether it's from 2014, 15, you know, just looking at all the film, just kind of collectively putting it together. And like I said, just really taking the positives away from that.
Yeah, we played them hard, man, and that's what it got to be every game. Right now, we just really just toned in and just being more detail-oriented, and we just got to go out there and play hard. But this time, we got to play hard all 4 quarters and just make plays. And when we make plays and just put points on the board and just let everything take care of itself.
You know, Florida scored only 24 last weekend against UMass, and that was a tight game into the 4th. We'll see what happens. Cats and Gators Saturday, 3:30, right here on WKYT. Immediately following, you could join us for a special edition of WKYT Game Time. We will have Mark Stoops' post-game press conference live from the Swamp. It is a short week for the EKU Colonels. They host Pikeville tomorrow night in the Colonels' home opener. EKU spotted Purdue 21 points before making a game of it, up until the 4th quarter anyway. Mark Elder says he and his players have been chomping at the bit to get back out on the field.
You got to wait a whole week to get that terrible taste out of your mouth. So we're excited that we have an opportunity to play Thursday. Because we want to get that taste out of our mouth. We're hungry to play another game and show what we're capable of on Thursday night.
Thursday night games, they're kind of tough, you know, just practicing on Sundays. You really don't get a chance to kind of recover. But, you know, it's business. We got to come out there and play no matter the circumstances.
Former EKU quarterback Al Holland Jr. leads his 2-0 Bears into Roy Kidd Stadium tomorrow night. Mark Elder in search of his first win with the Colonels. You can watch that game on the OVC digital network beginning at 7 o'clock. The football Wildcats just exited the practice field and getting texts. It's so loud over at the practice field, they're pumping in crowd noise in anticipation of more than 90,000 at the Swamp on Saturday. We'll have more from the football Wildcats in the next half hour. That's sports. We'll be right back.